Oh, okay. Finally live. All right. So many technical difficulties. Don't know why, but here we are. We're here now. Words. Why? Why was it so hard before? All right. Let's see about sharing. Just wanted to paint. It took forever. All right. I'll see about this thing. It's crazy. Just trying to do a little painting. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay. Don't tell me my connection is unstable. I'm just trying to paint. Just trying to paint. Why don't you want me to be great, YouTube? Lord. Alrighty. I'm working on this little painting here. It's still in the very beginning stages. I don't know where we're going to end up, but I felt like painting a skull, and we're painting a skull right now. I have a photo reference that's on my computer right now, so I'll be looking at that, looking at you at the same time. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. And we're here at home with nothing to do, no one to talk to, just here. And I have no idea where I am in this process. I'm just kind of covering this thing. Hopefully you can sort of see it. Yeah, it's upside down, but I'll show it as I continue to work on this thing. Mm, all right. I didn't have a plan for this. I actually did not have a plan for this painting. I just started. I just started it yesterday and wanted to get some sort of sense of accomplishment this week by trying to finish it and then move on to the next thing, which I haven't done in quite some time. So we'll see how well this goes. I'm going to try to finish tonight fairly quickly because I just don't want to be stuck on this. So I'm mixing my paint. The camera's not wide enough to catch all that. I'm mixing my paint before diving in on here. Just want to paint it and kind of get it done and um, move on. I haven't really been too productive this year so far. I guess being cooped up in home by mandate is as good a time as any to do some work. I have a feeling a lot of artists are kind of going through the same thing. Nothing else to do, so you might as well create something, see what you get by the time this is all over. Mm, I think I'm sort of accidentally getting a bit of a complementary color scheme with this. I started off with some dark purples and I'm ending up with some yellows and some grayish, warm grayish kind of colors. So yeah, it's definitely at that stage right now where it can go anywhere. it can't really go anywhere right now. I started this. I had never painted a skull before, and I thought it was going to be kind of easy because I have a photo reference. But as I started kind of sketching it out, I realized it's way harder than I thought it was going to be. Um, yeah, the sketch underneath is definitely. I'm glad I put that on camera. It looks like boo boo, and I got impatient and just started throwing color on it. Um, I'm still kind of doing that right now. It's kind of throwing color on here to kind of just to get the surface colored. Sorry you can't really see this. I don't have a good setup in here, but I'm adding some yellows on top of what I had. Just sort of give it a little more color, start bringing out some of the surface a little bit. The surface that's kind of in some sort of light. If I knew how to do a screen share, I would show the photo I'm working with. But I don't know how to do that. Not at the moment. I think this is the second painting I've worked on since uh, having to stay inside for a while. The first one was of a cat, and it's summer over there. I'm not even gonna get up right now and interrupt this flow to show you, but I will eventually do a video where I do show that. It's a little cat, one of those internet cats that went viral. It's I don't know. I don't remember if it was this year or last year, but yeah. All right, let's see what we're doing here. Feel like I need a little bit more gray in there. Try to add a little bit. Mm, let's see. All right. Okay, let's see what we got here. Gonna get some sort of color. Oh, I think I fucked up already. I really kind of tore that up. All right. Let's see if I can save it. That color is just kind of came out of nowhere. I need to go darker. And that's one thing about painting. Sometimes when you're mixing your color or your palette, it looks like it might work, and then you put it onto your actual surface and see it next to all the other colors. It's jacked up. Jack the hell up, and you have to readjust. That's how a lot of my paintings go, actually. Just a lot of adjusting and a lot of mistakes, a lot of guessing. Maybe I shouldn't admit that, but that's what it is. It's a lot. It's a lot of guessing. I'm not the best drawer or drafter, whatever you want to call that. I'm not the best renderer, and I don't really force myself to be that. But but it really does sometimes start to pop out and bother me in these moments. Like, damn, I wish I knew how to draw better. I wouldn't be struggling so hard right now. This skull would look more like a skull a lot faster if I was better at drawing. I go through that a lot. But do I commit myself to drawing more? No. It's just not that enjoyable to me. I'd rather just get in and just kind of paint and just form the shapes with colors and brush strokes rather than just, I don't know, trying to make it look super perfect. That style has its place for sure, the ultra realism. And I think that's a really great skill to have, and it's probably a lot easier to sell work. Um, but I just can't do it. Don't have the patience for it. Don't have the drive for it. So I don't even bother. So yeah, what you get is a lot of messy brush strokes when it comes to what I'm doing, and I've become okay with that. All right, let's see. Uh, try a slightly bigger brush. So this is a bristle brush. So it's just laying color in, and then this one's actually brand new. It's I don't even know what sort of bristles these are. Just regular old nylon looking bristles. I got this from the art store, the street out here in Reno. It's Nevada Fine Arts. I tend to use square with the flat edge brushes. Uh, it just lays the color in better for me and gives it that very just flat brush stroke look that I like. All right, let me get back up in here. Oops. Okay. All right. Oops. Okay. That doesn't look as warm as I would like it. All right. What's happening right now is I'm totally messing up the color I'm mixing. I'm really messing it up. All right. This might be a little better. Trying to get a bit of a gray. Okay. Yeah. That's a little better. I was trying to get kind of a grayed out color and just kept fucking up. Just kept looking too green. But I got it. Let me show you this gray. This is Gamblin Portland Gray Medium. I think that's what it is. Yep. I love this gray very much, but it dries a bit too quickly for me. But I love it. So I just kind of endure. I can't tell you how many tubes I've gone through because it dries too fast on my palette. And I'm not a fast painter. So by the time I return to a painting, that gray is dried the fuck up and I can't use it. I have to just put a new dollop on my palette. But I love that gray. It's easier than just trying to mix grays with black. It's already a pretty neutral kind of start for gray, and you can adjust from there. And I use it to gray out other colors if I don't feel like adding the opposite color to it. Um, I don't know. I could be cheating. That's probably cheating. Who cares? It's art. No one has to know all that. Unless you have a YouTube channel and want to tell people your secrets. Um, yeah, you just do whatever you need to do to get the results you want. No one fucking cares. Alright, trying to get these teeth in here. I'm trying to make them look like human teeth and not just dabs of paint, which is exactly what I did. I've never had to paint teeth individually like this. It's kind of a rule, quote unquote, to never do that because it looks awkward, especially when you're doing portraits. But I guess with a skull, you have no choice but to sort of paint them with the the lines in between them, because that's it. It's just straight up bone. You don't need to kind of represent a smile necessarily. It's just teeth. It's just teeth. I feel like from afar, this probably looks kind of alright, but up close, um, this looks like bunk. Actually, I think most of my paintings look like that. Good from afar, but up close is a hot ass mess. Is that a thing that I can market? Oh, hey Tati, how's it going? I just noticed your message, girl. I'm just sitting here painting, bored and starving for companionship. Oh, all right. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh man, sorry I couldn't make the movie night the other day. I was just not in a good mood by the time we were supposed to start doing the watching the movie, man. Oh, you're going to bed? Thanks for stopping by. We'll have to catch up real soon, like a private video chat if you want. I'm always down for that. I'm usually here. So, okay. What is this looking like? And, okay. Well, this is actually not looking the worst. This is not looking the worst. Okay, yeah, Tati, let's catch up. I'll text you. Oh, okay. It's sort of starting to look like a skull. I think once I start getting some smaller brushes in here and start going a little more ham on this color, then I'll be a little more satisfied with what I'm doing. Right now, it's still just a little. What is this looking like, man? I don't freaking know. It's just looking like someone trying to draw a skull. Mm, all right. Oops. Well, all right. Right now, I'm trying to do is get in a few more darker values in this thing. To sort of give it some dimension. Thought it was looking a little too light. I wish I kind of utilized the black a little better. Nah, I just didn't. It's fine. No one cares. All right. Let's see. Okay. What's going on up here? All right. I'm gonna try to make this a little bit lighter. We'll see what happens. A little bit lighter and a little bit warmer. Let's try this gray. See what that looks like on here. Nope, I fucked up again. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it and come back with a lighter color if I have to. I'm really liking this brush right now. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to come back with a lighter color. This is looking kind of wild. Okay. Okay. Wait, what's happening? Okay. Need a little more in my mouth area. Let's see. What I was kind of hoping with this was that the shapes would just sort of start to form on their own. Just the more I fucked with it and the more I put color down, um, that it would just kind of accidentally start looking like planes of bone on a skull. But I'm seeing that I'm going to have to put a little more effort into this. A little more effort. Here again is probably where some strong drawing skills probably would come in, which I don't have and don't intend on working on. So use your imagination when you look at this. Okay. Okay. You know, this might actually look alright. I think I just need to uh, start sort of getting like letting the colors mix on the surface a little bit. I think the paint dried a bit, yes, from yesterday, so I think that's why I'm having a little trouble making out what I'm doing. And also, it's still just early in the painting. It's still early. It's always the hardest part, and it's always the shittiest thing to show people, but funny enough, people are kind of interested in that shit. So sometimes they'll share works in progress or early stages, but it's always so hard to do that because as the artist, you don't even really know where it's going. And it's like, I don't know. It's like exposing a little too much, and sometimes people just don't get that part. The last painting I was doing, I was working on it. I was working on it in front of somebody. Finished it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that looks good." I wasn't sure at first, which is like, you didn't have to say that. You see, like, well, what kind of statement is that? I wasn't sure where you're going with it. I thought you were fucking it up, but turned out okay. You were able to turn it around, man. Like, you could have just said, "Looks nice, great work." Like, shit, I didn't know where it was going either, but I didn't want you to know that. God. Another thing I hate is you show somebody a finished piece of artwork and they want to give you pointers on it. Like, oh, well, you know what you could do or what you could have done. And it's kind of like, I'm not taking notes on this right now. I'm showing you this as a finished piece. Also, I didn't ask for your advice. I just wanted to show you that I finished the piece. It's just, can we just leave it at that? This is not open for pointers now. If it was, I would have showed it to you when it wasn't done. I've been kind of going through that, and it's making me. It's one of the things that has made me retreat so much. Retreat as far as showing work, sharing stuff online, even doing videos. It's just, I don't know. that it's probably not even that deep, but when you're already kind of in a weak state or kind of a not confident state, as like I was for a while about my work and sort of still am, uh, any little thing just kind of keeps you from doing your thing. And it's like, oh man, no, I shouldn't have shown it to anybody. Ooh. Look, just I don't know. I never used to be that sensitive, and now I've become really sensitive about my work. So I just come with age, experience, disappointments in life. You just start knowing better and knowing who to talk to, what to say and not to say, what to share, what don't want to share. Like, oh, why am I doing this? Why couldn't I have been good at anything else? Let's see. I'm gonna try. All right. Probably need to start going smaller with my brushes to start getting some detail, but I'm gonna wait for a second. I'm still sort of analyzing, but here's where we are. I'm sort of scared to show this, but here's where we are right now. Forgive the lighting. I don't know how to. I'm not really good at this, but here's where we are right now. Still sort of forming things. I want to change brushes. Let's see. I'm going to use. Actually, what do I have here? I thought I had more. Well, all right. Probably need to get more. So we're just going to use this one. This isn't a square. Um, this is a filbert brush, but I'm going to use it. It's just, because I have it, and I don't think I have it. The other brushes I have are too small. I don't want to go that small yet. Plus, it gives a little bit of variety in the brush strokes. So I'll just sneak it in there. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay. Let's try to get starting with a little bit of white, adding in a little bit of that gray and some yellow. Right. All right, I'm starting to use the paint a little more thickly right now. All right, let's get some more light to medium tones up in here. I do work by that old adage of going from dark to light. I'm starting to get better about working fat into lean, which is starting off with thinner layers of paint and then uh, going thicker as you go, using not like very little to no medium, medium like well with oil paint like linseed oil or whatever, which I don't use. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Neo whatever it's called. Magilp. I don't know. Look it up. It's very distinct. Google will correct it for you. It's the oil painting medium that thins out the paint a little bit, also makes it dry a little bit faster. Not as fast as if you use liquid. I think liquid probably makes it dry the fastest. And I do like using liquid, but this Neo Meljip stuff, I like it a little bit better. It's like a good in between. It's just a little bit slower than liquid. Um, liquid sometimes would make my shit dry up within 2 hours, and that was just too fast for me. So this other stuff is pretty good if you're an oil painter. Okay. Um, right, it's sort of starting to come together a little bit. Trying to trying to get a little bit more dimension out of what is supposed to be bone. I'm probably going to have to do a lot more skulls to get kind of better at this, which I'm okay with. Why not? It'll give me something to do. I don't know if it's series worthy, but I'll do a few, see what happens. Kind of don't know what this is. All right. So I'm trying to add these lighter strokes to build up the surface a little bit. Let's see. I'm definitely gonna have to fix the teeth because I don't know what the teeth is doing. Thought I could just be real loose and suggest them, but I'm gonna have to get a little more detail in there. Otherwise, you can probably tell it's really lazy. I don't want people to tell that you're being lazy. And I'm leaving the edges real rough, real rough, kind of dry around the edges, just to give some interest. Because I don't think I'm going to add a background or any sort of strokes around it. I'm just going to let it be just a skull on this black background. I'm just practicing. I don't know if how many lives I'm gonna end up doing on here, just because I haven't quite figured it out yet, and it looks like it might be changing how they're doing lives on YouTube or whatever. And I have very outdated software, and I don't even think what I have is even meant for streaming, but it just seems like a thing to do. I like the thought of it, but um, I just haven't figured it out for myself yet. Like, do I want to do shit like this where I'm just working and niggas just come in and watch what I'm doing and listen to me ramble? Or do I want it to be a little more formal, like I'm talking about a specific piece or showing a certain thing that I know how to do? I don't know. I probably, if I had a better setup with my phone, I probably would have streamed from my phone on Twitch or something. Like, I don't know. People even watch this stuff. I don't think I would. I don't think I'm doing this right now, but I don't think I would watch anybody do it. Maybe if they're super interesting. And even then, I don't even know. I wouldn't say I'm super interesting. At least not right now. I don't fucking know what to talk about. I think this stuff I don't know. I have a love hate relationship with streaming stuff. I think it's a good idea. I like that it's there. I think some people do it really well, and it can be an interesting thing, but I also think it's kind of dumb. Like, who are you? No, you're not TV. But here we are. Here we are. God, I bet so many people now are streaming just at home, doing the same thing, fucking dancing in front of their mirrors and shit. seems like to be what everybody's doing right now. I'm not gonna dance in front of the mirror. So sorry. I think I have a video where I'm twerking in it if you want to go check that out. Struggle ass twerking. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but it's there on my channel if you feel like uh, gouging your eyes out. What was that? Shit, was it a year ago? It was my one of those anniversary of vlogging uh, videos. I was just answering a bunch of questions people sent me, and somebody asked me what my favorite song was, and I decided to do it in the video. Yeah, I think it was in last month. What that's about? Craziness, craziness. All right, this I might get away with this. I might get away with this skull if I just keep at it. So far, it's sort of it's trying to come out. It's trying to come out. It's trying to talk to me. Let's see. What the fuck? All right. Probably gonna need to get my smaller brushes kind of soon. I'm still sort of laying out color or blocking in color, putting the bigger, uh, the bigger strokes. I don't know what I'm talking about. The bigger strokes in, and trying to get these lighter colors to do their thing. I think I'm gonna have to come up here a bit on the skull. I realize I don't know the planes of a skull. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to look like, which is crazy because my favorite thing to do is portraits. I probably should have a better understanding of that. I don't. Still painting. Still gonna call myself an artist. Cause why not? It's about as legit as anything else, I guess. Okay, so here's what it's sort of looking like right now. Man, I wish you can kind of see those brush strokes a little bit better, but it's sort of getting there. Let me show you what I'm gonna start looking at next. So this kind of dark part that's on the side, I'm gonna sort of start working with that a little bit. It doesn't quite make too much sense. I think I just have it a little too dark. So I'm gonna try to fill out that area a little bit with some yeah, I would say some midtones, and I want to get back into mouth area because that ain't looking too fresh. That ain't looking too good to me. Um, it's like with that kind of detail, it's very noticeable. I mean, I'm not gonna go in there and make them look extra bony or whatever, but I do want to make it look more than just like I just dotted the the wood. So that's gonna get smaller brushes for that. Fill out the kind of side of the skull a little bit, and then go a little bit lighter. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit past halfway done. Let's see. Let's just keep on going. Let's see, we're at about 40 minutes. Let me see if I can go till about maybe like 10 more minutes. We'll see how that's gonna go. I Let me see if other people might want to come on here or just hanging. If other people come up on here, then I'll go longer. Let's see. Let's see if we can con some other people to get in on here. All right, let's try. Let's try. If more people come on, I'll keep talking. We'll see what happens. Let's see if that even fucking works. See if this link even works. Oh, yeah. The link works, so let's see what happens. All right. All right, here we go. Right back into it. Let's do. Actually, I'm gonna keep working with this little filbert. I'm gonna keep going up in there. It's a dirty brush, meaning there's already some color on there, and I actually like how that looks when you have a dirty brush and you just start. You just keep using it, mixing kind of like similar values of color with it, and painting. Really get some nice effects, and uh, sometimes it'll just even out. You put the color on top of what you're already working on. Sometimes that actually ends up making it the right color when you have a dirty brush. It does some magical things if you do that. Right. Okay. I would maybe show you the palette, but that'd be too much work. Be too much work. It's kind of unnecessary. It's gonna mess up the flow of stuff. I'm probably gonna drop things. So maybe in a different live stream in a different world, I'll show the palette. But it's really not interesting right now. So it looks like just a bunch of boo boo colors. It doesn't look great at all. I wouldn't recommend it. It's probably one of the most subdued paintings I've done in a minute. Restriction is not my forte when it comes to color, but we doing it. All right. So what I'm seeing right now, what might help me, is if I sort of direct my brushstrokes. Let's see if I can show. If I sort of direct my brushstrokes the way that the shape is going, so I'm probably just gonna see what that does. I'm telling you, so just a lot of guessing. This is a lot of guessing. Probably see. I'm working with a lot of these gray, really gray, yellowy colors. I'm gonna start going back in with some more purple to kind of bring that out more. Did I do that right? But sorry to be on the phone. I'm trying to tell people what the hell I'm doing out here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I did it right. All right, cool. All right. Sorry, Bab. I won't check that again. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So, okay. I'm looking at this. Oh my God. I'm looking at this jaw part. Definitely have to come in and go lighter. Looking at this jaw part, and I want to get those teeth. They're really starting to bother me now that everything else is becoming a little more. All right. So, all right. Let me just stop playing around. and get those teeth looking like something. Let's see. It's gonna be a lot of guessing. Even though I'm looking right at this fucking picture, I'm totally guessing about what I'm gonna do here. All right. All right. All right. Whoa. The hell? Oh, nope, I already fucked up. Shit. I'm keeping it. We'll just chalk it up to a lesson learned. Oh, hey, what's up? What is up at Michael from Twitter? Thanks for stopping by. I'm just painting the skull. That's what I'm doing. I get a chance, I will post the finished thing on Twitter and everywhere else. All right, all right. Let's see. I think I might have skipped a tooth in the when comparing teeth. Oh man, thanks. Thanks for the encouragement. I'm trying to get it good enough, even though I'm effing up left and right. All right, I'm definitely gonna have to. Okay. Might have to get an even smaller brush, or even might have to get a round brush. Has a little more of a point to it, and get some details. And stop faking with these flat brushes. I just get so comfortable with them. Mm, all right. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna get this brush, this pointy brush. See what we can kind of fudge on here. I'm gonna get up one side, start kind of shaping teeth in the gaps. And give a little shape. Lord, tooth fairy, don't strike me down, girl. I'm trying my best with these teeth. My God, this person, whoever's skull this really is that I'm looking at, they they gave their teeth a hard time. I feel bad. Yeah, I'm still gonna hope that I can get away with just quote unquote suggesting these teeth in here, because I'm kind of a lazy painter. I'm sure you could tell that from my commentary so far. I am lazy. I don't like to do too much. I don't like to do too. I just like the thought of that. All right, let me get some of the purple in here. Let's give it some sort of color. Okay, let's see. Oh, excuse me. So, alright. I'm gonna wipe this off and now we kind of a slightly whiter color. Go back to a color I already kind of mixed. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. I'm afraid to do it. You know why. You know why. You know why we're here. I don't need nobody causing me no issues because I have allergies. That's all it is. It's just allergies, man. Oh damn, that color is not light enough. All right, so I'm gonna have to dig into some white here and hope for the best. I'm just adding white to this really dirty ass paint. It's just purple mud. That's exactly what it looks like. I probably shouldn't even use this color I'm using. I just don't care. Oh, all right. Oh, these poor teeth, man. My bad, man. I know this is probably a real person who lived that who's skull I'm painting right now. I don't know where I got this image from. Some sort of Google search under the royalty free or free image usage or whatever the fuck sort of criteria I used. Not trying to steal nobody's images. I actually looked under the free ones. But these poor teeth, this poor person, don't haunt me in my dreams tonight, whoever you are. Please don't haunt me. I can't deal with that. There's already too much going on. Don't I don't need you getting vengeance on me because I fucked up your teeth post mortem. I don't mean to. I really don't mean to. We'll just say they look natural. They look, you know, like actual teeth you can find on an actual person. No veneers over here. Yeah, as long as you don't count the teeth that I made. Yeah. Just don't count them. um, yeah, let's. All right. So I'm kind of going in with a dirty brush right now to sort of smooth out some of these edges in this mouth here. So they're not uh, so they're not too defined. Get them a little blurry. It adds kind of a nice effect. I think it has something to do with the way our eyes see things naturally. We don't really see things with, I don't know, with sort of a crispness or something like that. I could be making it up, but I feel like I learned somewhere that softening the edges um, is, I don't know, some about that is like very visually interesting and sort of mimics the way our actual eyeballs work. Don't quote me on that. But if it sounds good and it makes sense, you can quote me. If I'm actually right, go ahead and do that. All right. I don't know if you can see these teeth. So I'm gonna have to post this somewhere whenever I get a chance. I will add all that shit in the description box. I'm gonna have to kind of tell on my own self for shits and giggles. I'm probably just gonna post detailed shots of this shit, especially the teeth, because they are looking. They're either real decent or real fucked. That's all I'm gonna say about about these teeth. I'm actually doing this really correctly, or I'm gonna get haunted later. All right, all right. I think I'm just gonna end up leaving that alone. Uh, which is shit. Another thing about making work that can be real hard to do is knowing when to stop, knowing when to just let something just be whatever the hell it is and walk away. Just trust that you did you did your piece to the best that you could, and there's just way more important pieces to kind of clean up and move on to. And I think I'm hitting that point with these damn teeth, yo. I think that's just going to be that part, that part of the painting for me. Just like, nope, just back away, put your brush down, move on. That's it. It's not going to get any better. And what's really probably going to be funny is somebody might look at that like, wow, those teeth, you really did such a good job. And you gotta sit there and be like, oh, thanks. Yeah, man, I really worked hard on that. I was studying. Yeah, that was, ooh, thanks, man. No, don't show them this video. They ain't gonna know. It's a teeth. I'm gonna throw some. I might throw something. It's like, you fucking trolling me? Are you the soul of the person whose skull I painted? You mean the teeth are your favorite? Hold up. Who sent you? Who's... God. All right. Nope. That might be too dark. Yep, fucked up. But, or not. Maybe I didn't fuck up. Maybe I needed to add a little more dark parts in here. So another thing that I found that I really like is oh shit, is it wait, where is it? Payne's Gray. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Payne's Gray, which is like like a black. It's called gray, but it comes out super super dark. But it's kind of like a really really dark, cool gray. If you see that, see how dark that is. It looks like it's probably an ivory black or something, but it's not. You can use that, excuse me, instead of black to help kind of mix some of your colors or to change the value, make some of your shit darker. It does make it a bit cooler though at the same time, so that's something to watch out for. But I love that color. I can't believe it took me so long to start using that. I think sometimes what happens is, at least for me, you learn one way, you get kind of used to a certain palette or a certain color and the way it behaves, and you just think that, okay, well, that's just what I'm supposed to use because a teacher maybe said so, or because it's just what you've been using, so it's kind of the only thing you know. You kind of get stuck in that and kind of miss out on some really cool and maybe better colors or techniques. So that is one of those colors for me for sure. I'd always heard of it, but I don't think I ever checked it out. And I think when I it was just on a whim, like the colors on sale or something. I was like, well, shit, let me just try some out. I heard this color, I don't know what it does. And now it's one of my favorite colors to have in my palette. All right, here's what I'm looking at. Um, shit, I'm looking at the whole thing. All right, so I think the area that I want to start working on a little bit more is kind of the upper jaw part. Maybe the lower two, maybe. Yeah, I still have quite a bit left to kind of work with, but almost there. I'm gonna start getting a little even lighter than this soon. Yeah, 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 almost there. This is yeah, I'm glad I worked on this. Because I was a little scared of it, a little scared to return to it, especially after I started yesterday, and I was sort of on a roll with it, but still kind of not really knowing what the hell I was doing with it. But I'm kind of glad I returned because it's not looking too bad to me. And I'm gonna end up with a new painting, and hopefully, even luckier than that, somebody might want to buy it, which might be a bit wishful thinking at this point. I don't think ain't nobody buying shit. Ain't nobody buying no damn artwork, um, unless it's cheap, or maybe their mom made it or something. Uh, Pretty sure art is not deemed essential right now, and that's gonna be a problem because a nigga gotta eat. I need to eat. I'm about to start for real doing what the equivalent of will paint for food is. That posting on your IG stories, hey guys, art sale. We'll pay for food. We'll pay for $10 or whatever. We'll pay for trying to get some of this purple color I had in here a little bit more because I felt like it was sort of getting a little bit lost. I might use that for this upper jaw part. I'm not sure what to call that. Okay, yeah, that's a little better. That's a little better. Still gonna have to add some more light color to that, but we're getting somewhere. Mm. All right. Oh, okay. Oh shit. Shit. That brush was too dirty. I don't know what color I just laid down. All right. Okay, all right, here we go. Cool. And oops, okay. Well, yikes. All right, let me get, probably should get a smaller brush for some of these parts. But again, I'm a lazy painter. I'm a lazy painter. I'm gonna get away with using as big a brush as I can for as long as I can before I have to start switching to smaller detailed stuff. Oops. I will say, I'm really kind of going in with this dirty ash brush, not really uh, mixing it with anything right now, and it's helping. Doing a lot of marbling with some of these colors, where they're just kind of mixing and smearing together on the surface here. It kind of helps. All right, so now I'm just gonna switch to smaller, like really small. What size is this? 1. This is a size 1 bright brush. It's probably on its last leg. I don't even think you could see what that's looking like. I don't know. It's kind of fuzzy. It's pretty fuzzy, but it's on its last leg. I'm just gonna use it anyway, and I'm trying to finish this up. I think I'm at that point now where it's just getting those smaller strokes in there to imply detail. Ooh, that is too low. Email, thanks. All right. Exaggerate this white color. Um, so the dimension of this comes out a little bit more. Oh yeah, it's getting thick, boy. But also because I think this brush is it's about to die. It's coming out really kind of thick. And shit, I need an even smaller one than this. Like I don't know where my other real small ones are, but we're just gonna work with it. Some of these really bony, craggy kind of parts. But fuck it. Fuck it. We just getting in there, man. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say this layer of this kind of whitish color I'm using is really helping out. I think it needed that push to start looking a little more. Oh shoot, that was really thick. Start looking a little um, more scully. Hmm. All right, and I'm sorry that the camera is really not doing this justice right now. Um, wish I could just kind of add a picture to the end of this, but I don't think I can. I'll just have to post it online, and whoever's watching this, you'll just have to visit my Instagram, which is just Tracy L. Turner on Instagram. If you feel like checking me out, I haven't posted on there in a while, honestly. Um, going back to the lack of confidence I kind of slyly mentioned earlier, and being really unattracted to just sharing at the moment for a while. I had a show back in the fall, and it pained me to have to share for that. I knew I had to. Uh, and I haven't really popped on to that account and shared anything since, honestly. It just kind of petered out. Just I don't know. Just the online grind gets to be a bit much sometimes. And I hated posting stuff and feeling like, who the hell even cares that I'm doing this? Okay, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to move to my round brush for some of these details. Feel it. I feel it coming. Probably gonna use this white mixture and a little bit of those teeth again. Me and the teeth, man. We battling. Can't let it go. Alright. I don't even know. Just kind of made up whatever I'm painting right now. Just kind of made up this part of the bone. Except I see it. I see it with my eyeballs, but rendering it right now the way I'm painting is feels impossible. I'm sort of I just kind of made that shape up. Somebody who knows anatomy really well is probably going to pick up on that. A doctor, or one of those painters at those atelier schools where everything is all about accurate anatomy, going from the bone to the muscles and tendons on up. Uh went to one of those schools. I was really contemplating, was saving up and uh, going to one of those programs full time to learn basically contemporary realist painting, and I just didn't. One, it's pretty expensive. Two, you don't really get to be much of an individual at those kind of schools, or at least in my opinion, it didn't seem like it. It just didn't give you much room to be expressive, and so I didn't even waste my money. A lot of times, those schools are more about teaching a certain philosophy of the founder of the schools, and that's fine because usually they're incredible painters, and um, their programs are really good, and they churn out some of the best artists or painters in a certain realm. but but then it's almost like a factory. It's churning out people who learn this one way of painting, and that's it. That's it. I mean, maybe there's a little room to be expressive as far as maybe posing, maybe a little bit with color, maybe a little bit with a certain flair the person might have, but not really. Not really so much about accuracy than anything else, which again, it's fine, but I wanted something that felt a little more like I could play with it a little bit, not have it be just about a body pose or something being expressive, but more about how you're painting, what you're using, like the colors you're using and stuff. I would have felt really stifled if I went to one of those schools full time. But I do, well, when I have the money, I do go to workshops at Atelier. They're usually maybe like 4 or 5 days, and I usually learn a lot. And it's nice to be in a classroom environment every now and then. Sometimes I miss it. Other times I just kind of like doing what I'm doing, just being on my own and figuring out my own way that way. All right, this brush is a little too dirty. We'll wipe it off and get back in there. So, all right, we're almost done. I would say we're almost done. It's getting sort of getting there. I'm gonna get my round brush and sort of kind of drawing a little bit of details around the mouth, and then maybe come back in with this whiter color I've been using, and then I might just call it a day and move on to the next painting, which I kind of know, but I don't want to say it yet in case I change my mind. Maybe I'll be back on here for another life. We'll see. I might have to have a script of what the hell to fucking talk about. So it's not everybody's talking about that. Don't you want to break? I know I want to break from that fucking shit. I want to talk about that. Okay. Okay, here we go. And come and try to. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. I think that's what it needed. Just a lighter, whatever color this is, basically fucking gray. Dirty gray. Okay. All right. Okay. Going to kind of come around this jaw a little bit. I think I made this jaw. We're looking at the picture and looking at what I'm doing. I made this jaw way too small. It's fine. We know it's a skull. Okay. Woohoo. Forget about the whatever that piece is. That was looking kind of dull until I just added that color. It was looking real flat, yeah. I don't know what that is. What part in this color is? Whatever. Who the hell cares? I kind of don't. I'm just trying to finish. I'm in the mode of trying to finish, not trying to rush too much, but I also just getting excited about being done. I'm trying to be, at least right now, I'm trying to be that person or that artist or whatever. Trying to be that person that's like, good job on finishing. It's good that you just did something. You had an idea and you followed through and you finished it. Don't worry about whether it sells. Don't worry about whether people like it. Just make it. And it's good that you did that. I'm trying to be that right now. It's very hard. Very hard because I've become so disillusioned over the last couple of years. It's been very hard to enjoy fully the act of painting and making something and saying that I'm an artist and putting shit out there. I'm trying. This is definitely an exercise for me of just letting go a little bit, letting go of what expectation maybe, just making something because it feels good to make it. Does that exist? I haven't. It's been. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I thought of work like that because it seems like, well, you have this skill, and if you're really good at it, you should be able to make some money off of it. What's the point of putting in all this time and energy and money and tutelage, everything into this thing that you do and you love doing? Shouldn't you be able to make some money off of it? It's hard for me to separate that right now. I keep feeling like, yeah, I should be able to make some money off of this. A lot of other people are doing it. Follow your dreams and whatnot. Fuck, I don't know. What is it? What is it that we're questing for? What's the point? It isn't to. I'm not even trying to say I can live off of it for good, but damn, like a little bit. Like, can I live off of it a little bit? Can I do enough to where I can have nice things and go on a trip or something? Like that could be like for my extra stuff. Buy even nicer brushes. Can I at least do that? Mm. Sometimes I can. Most of the time I can't. But when that happens, it's so hard to keep going. Shit. So yeah, the point is, I'm trying to just make this, to make something and be done. and not be attached, or at least so attached to the then what. It's just I made a thing that I like. Um, yeah, something that came to fruition. And if you also like it, cool. We'll see how long that lasts. Um, I don't know if any of us can afford to be so happy go lucky right now. Like, whatever you want to pay for this, yeah, I'll take it. Shit, I need to eat. Okay, I think I'm going to call this done because I am getting to that point again. Like, okay, I think this is where I might need to stop. Yeah, I'm starting to hit that point where I don't really want to touch it too much more. Um, okay. So again, I know it's gonna look real funky on this camera, so I'm sorry, but this is kind of where we are. Looks kind of spooky. The colors are not coming up correctly. They are not coming up correctly right now, and I'm sorry about that. But I will post that. I'm gonna post it somewhere. Um, there isn't too much I want to do with this anymore. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Damn! Been working and talking for an hour and a half. Fuck. Why? Why? But it's here. We're there. This is done. Going to clean up, put up some stuff, set up for the next thing. I don't know if when I'll be back or where. But yeah, let's say another pretty good live stream. And as soon as I have an official link of where this is posted with some details, I will put that in the description box or put it in the comments or whatever. If you stop by this live stream, thank you for saying what's up and yeah, hanging out, watching me paint. Hope maybe you painted too in your studio. Um, hope you're out there feeling good, able to stay connected with the important people in life, and are able to keep going right now in somewhat good spirits. Yeah, perhaps I'll be back again somewhere, staying live. Going to clean up some of these stray marks that I fucked up on here, and yeah, I think that's it. Tulu, have a great week, and I'll be back again with some new stuff, I guess, at some point. Okay, bye.